Calendar control exercise we are going to see. Very easy exercise, calendar control to input date. Just right click your project name, then add web form. Add web form. It will be below web form. Give a name. If you don't want also, no problem. Switch to design mode, then start designing. Switch to design, drag on calendar. If this toolbox is not available, go to view. It will be available under view option. Okay, view menu, toolbox, and drag first calendar. Drag calendar. Okay, calendar. Okay. Now here you can keep one text box. Enter. Place a pointer and enter. Okay. Here one text box I need in the middle, so I will drag one text box. Drag one text box. That's all. Okay, very easy. Within 2 minutes I will show you the output. See, now whatever date I selected, it should come here, isn't it? This is my form designing. Okay, that's all over. So just double click. This is my calendar 1. See, this is my calendar 1, and this is my text box 1. Not text box 2, it is text box 1. See the name carefully. That's all. Form design over. Now double click the calendar. Double click the calendar and see. Write the code inside this calendar 1 dot selected change. Only under this you should write calendar 1 dot selected change. Only you should write. Inside this only you should write just one line of coding, and that one line of coding is text box 1 dot text. Text box 1. This text box 1. Okay. Dot text. Text box 1 dot text. 1 dot text equal to, that is calendar 1. That is calendar 1 which we placed. Calendar 1. Calendar 1 dot selected date. Selected date will automatically come. Selected date, just you need to remember, selected date dot toString. That's all. That's all. One line of coding. Okay, just one line of coding. You should write under which, remember, under calendar 1 dot selected change. Under this you should write. You should not write under page load. Okay, you should write under this calendar 1. Just one line of coding. Whatever your text box name is, text box 1, 2 or 3, that text box name. For example, here it is our text box 1. So text box 1 dot text is equal to calendar 1 dot selected date dot toString. That's all. This is our calendar 1. See here, calendar 1. This is our text box 1. That's all. This is the form design. This is the coding. Now I have written the coding under this calendar. Double click. Under this calendar I have written just one line of coding. Now run it. That's all. Go to the form and under this form and give run button. It will get run. You need to be patient enough when the form is getting loading. See, once you press the run button by clicking on the form menu, okay, come to the form menu. Wherever you are, you might be in the coding page. Come to the form page, click run, then it will get run. This symbol will change, okay, and see, we'll see the output now. It's getting loaded. So wait for a while. It will automatically get into the browser. If not, you also can switch to the browser. Now our output is whatever date I select, it should get populated in this text box 1 dot text. Whatever date, 23rd. So calendar 1 dot selected date. This is calendar 1. I am selecting any date, that will be equal to text box 1 dot text. So text box 1 dot text, you will get the value of calendar 1 dot selected date. This is calendar 1. Whatever date I am selecting, it should come in text box 1 dot text. That's all. This is the output. So it was very simple, isn't it? I will stop debugging. It was very simple. Just one calendar I need. Under calendar, double click, and I will write one line of code. That's all. So in form design, just two things: one calendar, one text box. That's all. And double click this calendar and write one line of coding. Text box 1 dot text is equal to calendar 1 dot selected date dot toString. If you don't write this toString also, you'll get the output. Okay, see, it will not show error. If you want, you can add, otherwise don't add. Okay, so that's all. So while learning how to write for this exam, see, whatever you have designed, it has come in the source code. See, one calendar you have designed, then the NSB means non-breakable space. This is the space. One text box you have kept. Two things only I have kept, one calendar and one text box. That's all. So its code has already its code has automatically come. That's all. So what now you have to revise for exam is, see, if you see here, just this one line of code alone, calendar dot selected date. That calendar they have changed the name. It was default calendar 1. They have changed the name as my calendar. You need not change. I just show you. Without changing also you got the output. So this one all will be already there. That means procedure you need to learn. Then this program, see, this page load, this one all will be already there. You need not learn. Okay, then this systems also will be there. You need not, just under this calendar, this my calendar selected date, just one line of code alone you should remember. Okay, then this code is automatically generated. I showed you just now. So you saw, right? This code automatically got generated, isn't it? I showed you just now. If you place one calendar, then calendar will come. If you don't place one calendar, calendar will not come. Okay. Okay. See here. See, and for example, if I remove this text box, my text box will get vanished from design mode. See, text box will not be there. So again, if I want, I can either drop here, or in source code also I will drop my one text box here. So it will come. Drag and drop text box in this source code also we can drag. So again, my design, I will get one text box, that's all. Now I can have one label also. Okay, so see, so this source code only they have written, see, page load, this and all will be defaultly there initially thing. And this whatever you drag drop, I have dragged one calendar, so one calendar control has come here. I have dragged one text box, so one text box ID, it has come here. Okay, now again what you can do is, we can also have one image. I have created one image and pasted in desktop from the, I have just downloaded from Google and pasted this, copy and pasted this calendar image here. Okay, just copy it, and if you want, this is extra, if you want, you can do this. Just copy it and paste it, right click, paste, that's all. And for that image to get loaded, what you can do is, you can have an image button. Okay, image button here, image button, one small button. Now right click this image button, right click, and properties, change the image URL, and it will be calendar 1 pitch, that's all. Your pitch will come. So in the output, this calendar pitch also will come. If you want, this is extra, it is not mandatory. Mandatory is this text box 1 and this calendar 1, these two things only mandatory. Okay, that's all. And if you want, you can keep one here label also, just label. If you, this is extra, these are extra things, and change its name to date of birth, date, or just date, enough, that's all. So your output will be like one this small image, then this calendar, then date. Whatever calendar you select, whatever date you select in the calendar, it will display here, that's all. Just one line of coding by double clicking this calendar 1, that's all. This one line of coding alone you should remember, that's all. And then while writing, you can write code here also. These are the codes. This will get automatically generated as soon as you design. So main thing, you should keep the design form in mind. Once when you know to, when you design, that's all. Then this red color code will be automatically generated in the source. This is the design. This is the design and this is the source. Okay, if you want, you can write this also in the paper. If ma'am asked to write, main thing, if you design and under calendar 1, double click, you write just one line of coding, you will get output. That's all. That's all. This is the calendar control. Hope you liked it. Okay. These are extra. If you want, you can have one label. Then just right click and I have changed the text of the label. That's all. Don't change the text box text. Don't change anything here. If you don't do this label and if you don't do this image also, not a problem. Main thing is this calendar 1 and this text box 1, because our coding, one line of coding is there should be one text box, and the text box should contain whatever date we select from that calendar 1. Okay, this is our calendar 1. If you want, you can change the name of calendar 1. But if you change, you should remember that you should give my calendar if you change. Otherwise, leave it as calendar 1. That's all. No need to change the name. Okay. Remember as calendar 1 only. No need to change. Here they have changed the calendar name, but you need not change. Just give what is your calendar name exactly. Okay. You need not change the name. That's all. This one line of code you remember. And see whether it is calendar 1 or not. Okay. This is the design form, remember, okay. See, this is my calendar 1. I have not changed the name. That's why in the double click coding I have written calendar 1 only. Write coding under this calendar 1 selected date. Don't write one single line of coding anywhere. Just there alone you should write. Some people, they will change name by clicking the properties, and calendar 1 you can give here as my calendar. If you give my calendar, then remember under coding you should give my calendar only. Whatever is your calendar name. Here I did not change the calendar name. I just kept it to calendar 1. So I gave calendar 1 only. Okay. Remember that. This one line of coding now itself you can by heart. Text box 1.text is equal to calendar 1.selected change. Nothing you should do. Just design this form. Okay. and place a calendar control. Drag and drop a calendar control. Then drag one text box. If you want, you can have this label and change its text as date of birth, or else no need. Just these two things important, that's all. And then double click this calendar control and write one line of coding under this calendar one.selected change. I did not change my calendar name, neither I changed my text box name. It is the default name which I drag. The default name I got when I dragged it, that's all. And your output will come. And in then paper, additionally you can write the source also. This is nothing, whatever I have dragged from here, the text has already come. See, I have dragged one label, so label has come here. I have dragged one text box coding has come. I have dragged one calendar, so calendar coding has come. Then these are all initial coding which will be defaultly there. You need not by heart that. One line of code alone you need to by heart, which is calendar one.selected date is equal to text box one.text, that's all.